fuck is that? Fucking shit. Fucking falling fucking down. Let me take the stupid thing out of the fucking bullshit because the fucking case is too much for it. Oops, sorry, cussing too much. Give me a minute now. And I'm really getting sick and tired of looking for it. I feel like looking for my dreams. I'm tired of chasing my dreams. I feel like asking them where they're going to be and catching up with them later. How's my head? Is my head up? There's no head there. Oh, well, okay, there we go. All right, cool. I think we're ready to go now. Are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go. Good deal. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for Christopher Barclough. How are you, buddy? How are you? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good, what is today? Is today Thursday or Thursday, as we do? Let everybody jump into the chat. Catch up, everybody. Catch up. We're about to get rolling, and now we're going to be talking about today. I wanted to, ooh, look at my Maryland mask. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? What's up, Sydney? How are you? I haven't heard from you in a long time, but I do see all of your Instagrams, and you look like a happy mama, and I'm very happy for you. I hope that you stay being a happy mama. What's up, Heather? How are you? How's it going? How's it going? Bernie. Oh, shit, Bernie. Bernie already coming in talking that mad shit. Thanks a lot, Bernie. Bernie said, welcome to F-Bomb Thursday. This is your, he edited it, effing host, Jordane, full of piss and vinegar and good times indeed. Always full of piss and vinegar. You know me, brother. You know how I am. I always got some shit to say about something. I love life, man. I love life. But I'm going to do it like this. Can you guys hear me very well? Can you hear me very well? Can you hear me very well? I was at work today, and there was a big, giant group of people over there. And guys, look, I'm an idiot. I don't know if this shit works or not. I could listen to somebody explain it to me and say how the masks work really well, and I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll wear a mask. And then I'll talk to another person, and they'll be like, man, that's just dumb as shit. That ain't even doing nothing. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Fuck it. Why am I even worried about it? But there was a big group of people today, and I didn't feel like dealing with, worrying about all that stuff because I don't like getting sick. And if there is actually a sickness going on, you have to be careful so that you don't catch it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say. But we're not going to talk about the name of the coof or anything like that. The coof might be edited thing now. They might be censoring us for the good old coof because you know how that is. Happy fucking Thursday, Stephen Fowler. You got that, brother. Christopher Barclough. Yes, I hear you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Bernie, amen, brother. Flush that mask. I'm with you. Rick Morris, hello. What's up, Rick? How are you, brother? Christopher Barclough, cute mask. Ooh, thank you. I was hoping that it was going to be a cute one. I wanted to have a cute mask for everybody. But, man, see my head's, what is wrong with my head? There we go. Okay, I think I'm back now. I don't like my head just bobbing off like that. I am great. How are you doing? I'm doing great as well, Heather. How are you? Tops up, bottoms up. I don't have tea in it today. I do not have tea in it today. Take a wild guess what I have. A little bit more than tea. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What the fuck? Hello. This doesn't make any sense. There we go. Okay, we're back now. Fucking, man. OBS is the shits. It's a free app though, so I can't really complain about it too much because I'm not paying anything for it. But it is the drizzling shits. We gotta be real about that. It is just the drizzling shits. Doesn't this happen like every fucking day? Like sometimes it won't start. It just won't start out at all. And then I gotta go through here and set it up, and then I gotta go through here again. We were going really good for a while, and then for some reason it just blanks out. What the hell does it blank out for? Old big shits, OBS, old big shits. Yeah, dude, old big shits. That's if he speaks. I can hear you now. That's if he speaks again. That's 11 fucks in silent mode. Make that 12. And hi, buddy. What's up, brother? What's up, Bernie? What's up, the Burnster? The Burn Man. Burn Man. How's it going, brother? We just over here, we're going to have a hangout session. I figured this would be a fun night to just kind of not necessarily have any too many specific subjects in mind, because I have a few subjects in mind, but I don't want to go too crazy about it. We might go over that girl that I guess she got killed, but then they had like a police report on her, and it turns out that they think that her boyfriend killed her, but then her boyfriend like went and like got lost in Florida, and all kinds of weird stuff. Sounds like an interesting story, so maybe we'll cover that on Friday. Or maybe I'll have a special guest on Friday. I would rather have a special guest on Friday, but who knows? Oh, hell yeah. Allison has joined the chat, so the show is ready to go. We're ready to go now, guys. We're allowed to jump on here, and we're ready to get going. Bernie. Buttered up with Jordane vibes and that hilarious video of the conga line animals watching him eat earlier. I know, dude. Conga line of animals. And you know, they're just going to be begging. They're going to be begging. They're beggars. They're dogs. They're beggars. They're going to do what they do. They're going to do what they do, you know? But I love it. I love it. I love the dogs. I love Boy Cat. I love all the animals. I'm an animal person, so, you know, I have a soft spot for all that, for all the little baby animals. So I'm not giving them my goddamn food, though. Don't think that I love animals. Oh, you can eat all my food. No, fuck off and get out of my face. I'll pet you when I want to pet you. I will pet you when I want to pet you. I was reading an article earlier about a guy talking about Schopenhauer. If you guys are familiar with Schopenhauer, he was talking about how how to tell like who your real friends are, and how to do that. And he had a couple of little tests that you could do. And one of the little tests was talk to one of your friends and then tell them that you're going through something very serious, that you are. Maybe you just lost your job. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're going through some type of a hardship in your life. I mean, don't lie and say somebody died, but you can lie and say maybe you lost your job. Maybe you did something, just to see how they react. So whenever you tell them that information, you have to watch them and you have to react, and you have to see how they react whenever they tell you, because there is going to be either a genuine reaction of people who really care about you and want the best for you, and you can tell that reaction, or there's they don't really care. They're just like, oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm not the best of friends, because I don't like write people. I don't go after people asking them like, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? You know, it's getting crazy. Sounds like a relationship, getting petted. That's true. That's very true. Thank you, Rick, for the like. Thank you, Lori, for the like. And thank you, Christopher Barclough, for the like. And while we're going, guys, if you guys can click that like button and click that share button and click that subscribe button, that would be wonderful. I know I'm 20 minutes into the show. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning. Apparently, that's what YouTube masters of the craft say anyway that you should do. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a fucking master of the YouTube craft. I figured out a way to turn this shit on and go. So I turn this shit on and go. And if we build an audience, awesome. We build an audience. If we don't, then I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Who cares? I don't think I'm talking to myself, though, guys. I don't think so. The good old Bernie, the Burnster, said, definitely have figured out a couple good friends from the wrestling business through my last 18 months of hell. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been an 18 months of hell. For me, it was like a 2 months of hell. The past 2 to 3 months have not been the best months that I've had, probably in a long time too. Not a good few months at all. Lots of craziness going on all over, from the personal life to financial life to wrestling life to my freaking. And I told this story yesterday to my. Thank you, Tara, for sharing the page. Thank you so much, Tara. I love that. I appreciate that so much. All of these little, I mean, I know it's just a button press, guys, but those little shares and those little likes help us so much with the algorithms, and it helps us push us out to get us out to so many more people so that we can keep this baby going. Well, you need to pay Shy more to get her to do immaculate promotion of the Jordane podcast. I haven't seen Shy in forever. Bernie, LOL. 100%, brother, 100%. Tara shared. Thank you so much, Tara. Thank you so much. But I was thinking the past few nights, what's up over here on Instagram? I ain't forgot about you. How y'all doing over there? We're about to start talking about the meaning of life. And what do we all think the meaning of life is? Because for everybody, I believe, now my thought process on that. Oh, I did. Okay, cool. So it's not going to move no more. Hey, Patricia, how are you? What's going on, Patricia, over there on the Instagram, on the IG? How's it going? How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. So now, one of the biggest things in the world and life in general, we're all humans, and we're all trying to live our lives, and we're all trying to do our best to be the best person that we can be. What is the best person that you can be? Is it making everybody happy around you? Is it serving people in some kind of way? Is it being served in some kind of way? There's so many different things and so many different personality types that people have. And it's just one of those things. Tara said, I got hurt at a show years ago and no one checked on me, but the guy who accidentally hurt me in a match. In general, people don't care. Promoters didn't check on me. Exactly, Tara. Exactly. That's one of the most frustrating things about living in the world, is realizing just how many people truly just do not care about you, or do not care about what you're talking about and how you feel and your feelings, and just generally do not care about you as a person. But that's not your problem. That's their problem, because they're not accepting you for who you are, and they're not necessarily interested in you as a person. But that's okay, because we have to make sure that we find our own bliss. And finding our own bliss is way more complicated. Thank you, Jana, for liking the page. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love getting these extra likes in here, these shares. All these likes and shares help us out tremendously, guys. And I am trying to grow this baby. I'm trying to grow this show now. I'm trying to grow the YouTube page. I want to make sure that we get as many people in here as we possibly can. And maybe, hopefully, these shows are entertaining. Hopefully, these shows are fun. Hopefully, they're dynamic. They're not always the same thing. Sometimes, we take very serious... We have very serious conversations. Sometimes most of the time we try to bullshit and have fun. Most of the time I'm just trying to be funny. I just want to have an entertaining show. But at the end of the day, I do think that it's more important for us as humans, as people, to have some type of communication back and forth to each other so that we understand what page we're all on. Because everyone's on a different page. But if you are on your right page, if you're on your page that you need to be on, which is your bliss, which is the thing that makes you happy in your life, which is the thing that is more fulfilling for you, that's one of the biggest challenges that most people face in their life. Figuring out what the hell they want to do with their lives. We live And I'm speaking to the people who have the capabilities of watching me right now. There are a lot of people in a lot of countries who do not even have the internet. And they are still living like Alexander the Great lived back in the day. They are still living like that. So it's one of those things where I'm having a conversation, but this conversation isn't necessarily translatable or relatable to majority. Maybe not. We'll see. I don't necessarily know if it's that or not, but because I'm not really worried about the statistics with it, but it helps us have a little bit of thankfulness and graciousness, a little bit of graciousness, and this is going to go, we're going to go a little bit, we're going to stay on pretty much the same subject, but it's going to kind of ebb and flow into spirituality, into not so much spirituality, and it's going to wave into a bunch of different things, whatever we want and whatever we need in the world, whatever we want from our lives. It's very complicated, though, because every single one of us are complicated animals. I was working out in the shred shed with my cousin Bailey earlier, and we were talking about how, you know how you ride down, you ride on the interstate, and here we have 695. We have it does a circle around Baltimore, and then we have 83 that goes down into Baltimore. But we have a highway that circles Baltimore. And a lot of times, most of the time, around 3 or 4, maybe 5 p.m., maybe 6 through 8 a.m., maybe 9 a.m., traffic is horrendous. Traffic is horrible. Traffic is really, really bad. And you're driving in your domicile. You want to get to where you're going. You're trying to get to work, and you're like, God, I can't do it because of all these people. But you don't necessarily think that every single one of these people are just as intelligent, just as they have so much going on. They are so complex. They have their family systems. They have their work systems. They have all of these different things that they have to take care of, and they have to be on top of, and they have everything that they're worried about, their stresses, their life stresses, and you don't even worry about it because most of us are worried about our own shit. And the problem is, a lot of times, we are trying to make ourselves happy. We're trying to make ourselves feel good, and we fail at it because we take the wrong route. And the wrong route could be, maybe not always, could be alcoholism, drug addiction, sex addiction, porn addiction, food addiction, all of these types of things that are possibly a road, fucking. I'm sorry, I'm cussing now, but we got a lot to talk about. All of these things are going on, and we are only worried about ourselves. But there are millions and billions of people on this earth, and we are the apex predator of the earth. We are number one no matter what. We are so good, we have to turn on each other and start fighting each other because, goddamn, it ain't like leopards can do it. Leopards could do it if it was a hand-to-hand combat, but we're smart enough, we figured out tools. Ain't nobody else figured out tools except for us. And I mean as biological beings on Earth. And we're the most advanced, most crazy, most intelligent biological being on Earth. And that's why we're looking to aliens, because maybe there is some type of a biological being in space somewhere who has shit figured out more than we do. I don't think so, though. I'll go back to the chat real quick, and then we'll continue on, because I do have to pee, so I may have to IHTP, and then we will BRB. You guys know how that goes. Burnster said, definitely feel I serve too much at times without anything in return. I never, ever do anything looking for something in return, but we are, as humans, do get let down sometimes without at least some acknowledgement and a thank you from time to time. And that's a big thing. Huge, huge, huge. That's why I hate working for giant corporations, because the bigger, it seems to me, the larger the company that you work for is, the less thanks and appreciation you have. If you're working with the owner of the company and there's like 5 employees, man, y'all are probably pretty tight. Y'all are probably pretty tight. You've probably got a whole lot of things that you can relate to because you're working together so much. Now you're going through hard times because you're going to face hard times while you're working. There's going to be a lot of things that you have to deal with while you're working. So that appreciation starts to diminish the larger the company gets because, first of all, it's not like they can keep up with it. It's not like they can keep up with it. And then second of all, does it even matter to keep up with it? Because once you start feeling you're not appreciated and you want to get out of there, then who jumps right back in? Somebody else is there to fill the cog. And it's not like it loses its feel. It loses the human aspect of it. That's why like the rideshare economy, the gig economy, all this stuff based off of like jobs that you can do on your phone, they take the human aspect completely out of it. Now you're not dealing with people. Now you're just dealing with a computer. And then you have to call customer service with somebody from another country who doesn't even have any of your life experiences, and they have to try to make you happy about your experience that you're experiencing right now. And it just gets more complicated. Not saying that it's impossible for you guys to connect, but it would be much easier if you are working with somebody who is there face to face with you. And that's just one of the complicated things about life. And that's one of the complicated things that we have in society, in human society, in most human societies. No society is perfect. And that's like saying, what's the best way to live? Nobody knows the best way to live. The best way to live is your best way to live. The best way to live is whatever the fuck makes you happy, is finding your bliss. And that's the subject for tonight. And we're going to get into that after I go through a few of these comments, and then we're going to continue on. But I do have to hashtag IHTP. Tara, thank you so much for liking the page as well. Tara has now liked and shared, so she gets the double fists in the air. Thank you so much, Tara. I love it and I appreciate it so much. But I agree with you, Bernie. Just a little bit of an acknowledgement is huge, which is what's up, Heron App over there? And then John took a picture over there. You guys are over there hanging out, and we're just talking about life, guys. We're talking about what makes you happy. What's your bliss? What's your bliss? Your bliss has to be something that is within you. It has to be an intrinsic motivation, an intrinsic value that is specifically you. I can't follow somebody else's bliss. It's not going to work. I have to follow what I feel is going to make me happy. And that's tough. That's a tough thing to do, but it's possible. It's very possible. We just have to make sure that we stay in line and keep ourselves on track to the best of our abilities. That's fucking hard, guys. That's fucking hard, especially with the way that we have society set up now with bills, with all the, like, not even only bills, everything in life that you have to deal with, because you're not expecting all of this shit to explode in your face. But when it explodes in your face, how do you handle it? How are you capable of handling it? It's very hard. It's very hard. Life is hard. Life is hard. And I know it's a big cultural thing now in at least our culture to try to be as accepting and loving as possible, and that's beautiful. But that's not how the world is. So we have to, I saw one of the comments in here saying that tough times makes you tougher. It does, because those are muscles in your brain that you don't normally flex, and then you start flex them, and then they start getting on, and they start getting better, and then they start getting better, and then you start getting to where you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to fake it till I make it. I'm not faking it anymore. I'm fucking making it, baby. I don't have to fake it till I make it. I'm making it. I'm good to go. We're good to go. But how do you get to that point? How do you keep yourself from being depressed? How do you keep yourself from shutting down and just not wanting to participate in anything? How do you stop the overstimulation? How do you stop that stuff? That's what we're going to be going over. Oh, here it is. Tara, hard times makes you more humble. Yeah, hard times makes you more humble, but it should make you more, I think it should make you a little more confident too, because you know you can go through hard times. Just the fact that you know you can go through hard times, that's the way to go. Bernie, plane ride addictions. Oh, wait, that was last night's episode. That was... You made me laugh too much, Bernie. I'm going to die now. I'm going to die now, Bernie. You made me laugh too much. God. when I'm yelling so much. You can't get me to do this because it's not good for my throat. You know how my throat is. Every time I come back from wrestling over the weekends, I'm hoarse because my freaking throat can't handle it because I yell a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm yelling again. All right. Tara, I get frustrated some days real easy, but other days I'm all chill. And tell others, be kind. You don't know what others are going through. I'm trying to be more like that every day. That right there, Tara, is the challenge. That's the challenge. If you're able to keep that mindset, that's great. That's bliss. That's your nirvana. Reaching nirvana is like this path that the Buddhists are really trying to go to. And that's the lecture that I want to cover tonight. Joseph Cambell was an intellectual. He wrote a few books and he talked about religion and he studied the world's religions and he studied a whole lot about human psychology and how the human story, which our human story, guys, it's our religion. It's our books. It's our art. It's our music. It's everything. It's everything. That is our human story. And we're trying to tell each other these stories. We keep repeating the same stories. There are stories that are completely the same that had nothing to do with each other. You would have one in the Americas, and I'm talking 1,000 years ago, before colonization, before they even knew that there was the Americas there, even though the Vikings probably did know that the Americas were there. But we're just saying, the Americas had stories and religions. The old world, which is China or Asia, Europe, and Africa, in the Middle East, all of them had their own stories. But for some reason, humans, look, humans on this side and then humans on this side were uncontacted for, I don't know how many thousands of years, but a lot of these stories matched a lot of these stories. Not the same name, not the same exact story specifically, but the idea, the finding your bliss, finding the thing that makes you happy. We have been telling this story to ourselves for thousands and thousands and probably millions and millions of years. There's no telling. We only have maybe not even 10,000 years worth of actual written history. Everything else we're trying to just look back. We're just trying to look back. All right, let me get back on here. Sorry, guys. Anyway, what's up, Felix? How are you, brother? I hope you're still there, man. Pablo Cruz. Pablo, this show is a portion of my bliss, as you say. My peer doing something cool and helpful makes me happy. Thank you. You got it, Pablo. Hey, thank you, brother. I love that. I love that because I know that I got your support, and brother, just always believe you got my support. Always believe, you always know you got my support. Not even saying that that's a lot. I just I'm here for you guys here. We're here. And we have to be. We don't have anybody else. We are people. We are just people. We're all people trying to figure out our story, guys. Christopher Barclough, still here. Thank you, Bubba. Oh, shit. I'm Cryptix. Cryptix is here, brother. Cryptix is here. I love it. Thank you, brother. Cryptix is here, and he's eating pumpkin bread, guys. Pumpkin bread. It's about that time. It's about that time. Tara Ivy, bliss is definitely within yourself. Love yourself first, even when it's hard. Tara, you're heading in the right direction, goddammit. You're heading in the right direction. On that note, I'm going to go take an IHTP, guys. Make sure that you tell everybody to hold on, pause. I'll be right back. We're going to start getting into it. When I get back, we're going to finish up the comments. It's just too many comments right now for me to have to catch up with. I got to pee, so I'm going to pee, and then we're going to continue on with this conversation because I really think this is a great conversation. I've been wanting to have it. I've had the same conversation with a bunch of different people, and it just fascinates me because it helps us figure out exactly where we are in the world, what we're doing. What the hell are we doing? So just give me a minute. I'll be right back. IHTP. Tell everybody the show's not done. I just got to go do my thing. I'm back. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? What did I miss? Did I miss everybody? Oh, yeah. Stephen Fowler. What do you mean, brother? What do you mean? Stephen Fowler said, what in the actual fuck are we doing? What are you talking about, Stephen Fowler? Are you talking about the show, or are you talking about us in general as people, as humans, as people floating around on this spaceship rock? Lori said, IHTP too. we all gotta pee. We all gotta pee. Now, Tara has an interesting story. Tara said, once a girl... Hold on. Let me do the JHTP moment. Because Bernie has a big one here. And then, Tara, I think that your comment is going to go into exactly where we're heading with this conversation anyway, as it is. So, give me one sec. Let me double check. Okay, cool. We're good there. All right, awesome. All right, let's see what we got going on here now. Bernie said, this JHTP, Jordane has to pee moment, is brought on the Jordane Podcast Season 2, Episode 3, is sponsored by the return of the Epic Podcast, the excitement of possible special guests tomorrow night on the Just Jordane Podcast, the bliss of having JHTP moments again, the glow of King Cat from a box somewhere in Jordane's abode. It's not in I don't have an abode right now, guys. He's in a storage unit. Talking about bliss without referring to a misguided Alexa right now, a well-timed belch, and the conga line of Seether, a whole cat, and the other dog, watching Ron chow down with good food. Yes, the brown dog. The good old brown dog. Oh, man. So now let's go back on to Tara, what Tara was saying, because I I feel like she has a good story. I've been yelling too much, guys. Goddamn. I got the coof. I got the coof. Tara, once a girl was being a total bitch to me at Hardee's. I usually would give it back, but instead I asked her if she was having a bad day. And a complete turnaround. She broke and started telling me her problems, and we both felt better. Look, you really seriously, what's up, Harper? You really seriously never know what everybody's going through. You never know what anyone's going through. That's a frustrating thing, though, because it's complicated, man. It's complicated. We're all complicated, and it's just like I was talking about earlier with me and Bailey in the shred shed. We were talking about, well, he was telling me how he was just in traffic. He was sitting in traffic, going. He's going, and he's frustrated with everybody because he can't get there. But it's not. Everybody else has problems too, man. Everybody else is living their lives. Everybody else is trying to figure it out. Everybody is. And that's a complicated thing. But that's a big part. The fact... Goddamn, guys. What the fuck? I'm yelling too much. The fact that you're able to have that conversation and to put yourself... Majority of the time, I'm able to do that. I'm super chill dealing with people. I'm very fun-loving. I like to laugh. I love laughing. But sometimes, man, I don't have patience for shit. And I know I can see I can see people. I can see that, like, people don't really want to, be around a big fucking giant guy who's not happy most of the time, And I don't blame them. I don't like it either. Over here, Sydney. But what happens after you find yourself in your bliss? What then? Is it a stop? Would you consider it contentment? Now that's a fucking great story. That's a great question, Sydney. And from my understanding of what bliss is, let's get into it. Here we go. So, like I was saying earlier about Joseph Cambell, and Joseph Cambell was he's a professor. He's dead now. He lived until he was about in his late 70s or something like that. And he put out Mythos, which is a... Why am I starting to cough right now? I need to give me some fucking cough drops now. This is getting annoying. Maybe I just needed some water. Let's see. Tara, unfortunately, you are talking about a subject I have been dealing with for a while, so I am talking a lot. I have gotten old and seen a lot, I guess. No. We're right on it. Sydney just put us right on it with that question, so we're gonna jump onto it. Bernie said, "Kill them with kindness, breaks down many barriers." Yes, that's another good point too. Killing people with kindness normally breaks down barriers. But Sydney said, "But what happens after you find yourself in your bliss? What happens when you find that you are in bliss? When you find your nirvana? What then? What is your nirvana? Because we are people, and even old people still have to deal with life. They still have to deal with the life of like bullshit. So this Joseph Cambell story, it was in one of his lectures. And he's talking about, he had a Buddhist friend, and one of his Buddhist friends were saying, hey, do you want to, here, let me give you an analogy, a story on what nirvana is, so that you can have a better understanding of what it is. Because it's hard to understand, and it is hard for us to understand the idea of being a higher evolved, like having evolved consciousness, expanding your consciousness to where you see things on a different level. And he was like, so Joseph, let me tell you the story. So you and your friend are having this conversation, and you're say that I live in Florida and I want to go to Maryland, and all I can think of is getting to Maryland. All I can think of is getting to Maryland. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, all right, well, all I want to do is get to Maryland. I'm done with Florida. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want to be in Florida anymore. This is it. This life that I'm living, I'm fucking tired of it, dude. This shit sucks. I don't want anything to do with it. Why do you want anything to do with it? This sucks. So then you see a Greyhound bus pull up. They're like, all aboard! Non-stop trip to Baltimore. So you're like, okay, that actually sounds that sounds pretty cool. I'm for Baltimore. I'd like to go to Baltimore. Now, Baltimore, in our eyes, in our perception, is whatever you have in your future. Whatever you're zeroed in on, whatever you're trying to get to, whatever your bliss that you think that you're going to reach is, that's your nirvana. We want to get to Baltimore. We have to. I'm tired of Florida. I'm done with it. So then you tell the bus driver, like, hey man, I'm all for Baltimore. And the bus driver's like, hey, all right. Here's what you need to know though. Here's something that you need to understand. Baltimore, if you get on this bus and you start heading to Baltimore, you can't come back to Florida. You're never going to come back to Florida. You're in Baltimore now. You got to stay in Baltimore. That's where you're going. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck that. I'm done with it. And then the bus driver's like, wow. Welcome aboard then. Welcome aboard. You have to be completely done with the old life just to be able to get on there. Just to be able to get on the bus, you have to say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of the life. I don't want to be in Florida anymore. This old life, I'm done with it. I want something else. Here I go. We're going to Baltimore. Bus driver says, no more Florida. If you go to Baltimore, you have to be in Florida. Or you have to be in Baltimore then. So you're like, okay, cool. It's a Greyhound bus. So it's a long drive. It's about a 17, 18-hour drive. Probably even, we'll say 24 hours. Just because it's a Greyhound bus. You got to stop and go. And it takes you a little while to get there, okay? as you're on the bus, you know, you start to forget a little bit about Baltimore, or not Baltimore, but you start to forget a little about Florida, where you came from, and you start really enjoying the bus ride. You start really getting excited, like, okay, we're about to leave Florida. We're about to get out of Florida. Oh, no, we're in Alabama now. Now we're heading up. What is it? Is South Carolina next? Cool. I want to see what South Carolina has. Now this trip is turning out to be pretty fucking awesome. Now it seems like, wow, man, I don't know, is this what I was looking for this whole time? I'm on this bus trip, and I thought I wanted to get to Baltimore because Florida sucks, but I got to get to Baltimore. But this trip is fun as hell. I'm loving this trip. I'm having a fucking blast. This feels really good. This is exactly what I feel like I was looking for. You're meeting new people. There's new people on the bus. You make new friends, interesting people who are just as tired of their old life as you are. And that's a very easily relatable thing. These people, everybody's just tired of it, and they're trying to get themselves to the point to where they have their bliss. They have their nirvana. They have the thing that they have been reaching for this whole time. You're on the bus and you keep going. You make it up to North Carolina. And you're like, man, this is awesome. You make it to Virginia. Now you're getting very, very close to Baltimore. And now you start thinking, now I'm a little nervous about Baltimore. What if I get to Baltimore and it's nothing like I expect, and it's nothing that I'm looking for? What if Baltimore is just worse than Florida? What if Baltimore's worse than Florida? What if? But what if? What if though? That's a possibility. You ain't never been to Florida. All you have is hearsay. All you have is what people say. Nirvana is great. Your bliss is great. You can reach your nirvana. Can you really reach your nirvana? What is that? What is nirvana? Why does it take people forever to reach? And then some people can reach it like that, and they realize it. It's a very, very complicated thing. The world is complicated. This is all complicated for us. This trip is complicated because you can't go back. You're heading on up. You go to D.C. You get to D.C. You stop, and you're like, okay, this is our last stop. This is the last stop. Tara said, that's hard to completely give up everything for change. I love what you were saying. It's all about the journey. Enjoy every moment. No. That's not what I'm saying. It is hard to give up everything, but here's the No, Tara. You have to wait till the end. Tara, you have to wait till the end. It's not that. Yeah, of course. You have to be fed up with your old life to where you want to get rid of it. But it's not necessarily about completely giving it up. Is it all about the journey? Is it all about the journey? Tara, that's the thing. That's the big key. Sydney, but do you really give up everything? That's exactly. Do you give up everything? Do you really give up everything? Can you give up everything? So you're in DC now and you're like, okay, I have just a little bit more to go. We're almost to Baltimore. You pull in, you make it to Baltimore. You're like, holy shit. This is amazing. This is what I've been looking for. And you look around and you start to scratch your head and you're like, where am I? What the hell am I doing? What was this journey? What is this journey that I was on? What am I looking for? What was I looking for? Then you look back and you're like, you know what? I wonder what Baltimore looks like from Maryland. Or I wonder what Florida looks like from Baltimore. And you look back from Baltimore, looking back to Florida, trying to see Florida, and then you realize there was no Florida. There was no bus. There was no Baltimore. There was no trip to Baltimore. It's you. It's us. It's now. This is Nirvana. It's now. You're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing Nirvana now. Like, you're missing it. Cough is messing me up, but that's one of the biggest things, man. The biggest thing about that lecture, and he studied all these different religions from all over the world, and all of these religions say, Islam, you got to go to Mecca. Mecca's not in Saudi Arabia. Mecca is in you. The Vatican is not in Italy. It's in you. It's not in Rome. You are the Vatican. You are the core. You are everything. That's it. We are everything. That's our bliss. This is our bliss. And it takes these yogis and these Hindus so long to be able to accept it. Some people can accept it automatically. But we have to realize that no, our bliss, everything that we're looking for is here. It's right here. You're playing mind games with yourself. And we're all playing mind games with ourselves. So when we're in our lives, we have to make sure, like, go enjoy your family. Enjoy your kids. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your dinners. Enjoy your car rides. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy everything about life that you possibly can. And yeah, sometimes shit sucks, but sometimes shit sucks, guys. And this was a huge quote that really, like, it blew my mind. Because when you're talking about, like, the Buddhist mindset, and you know, Buddhists have had a lot of oppression done to their people. And I mean Buddhist people. So Buddhist people, or Buddhist people, a lot of Buddhists were pushed out of India and pushed out of China. And the way that they would protest is they would set themselves on fire because they would have a joyful participation in life's sorrows. That still fucked me up. I'm still fucked up about that. Joyful participation in life's sorrows. You have to be at such a high level of acceptance that if you're a Buddhist and you're in China and they're pushing your people out from some land because they want some of the land, and this happens all over the place. I'm just using this as an example because Buddhism. The way that you protest is not going out and yelling, saying, "Man, we want bullshit. We want bullshit. Bullshit. All that's fucking stupid bullshit. It's just to motivate people so that you can propagandize them to do whatever you want. And there's a lot of rich people who are able to convince people to do what they want. That's just a part of life. It's always been there. It's just easier because we have phones and everything else. The biggest point is, we're here now, guys. We're here now. We have to enjoy the journey. Tara, you nailed it. You 100% nailed it. It is the journey. And it's cliche. The grass is always greener. I want to get to Baltimore so bad. But you get to Baltimore and it's the same shit. You realize that you keep running around. You're running around. You're running around for nothing because you're here, guys. We're here. We're here. We got to enjoy it. But finding your bliss, that story should make it a lot easier for you to figure out what it makes you happy and go after it. Like wrestling makes me happy. I love wrestling. I'm not a fucking millionaire doing this shit. I just love this shit. So that's what I do. That's my bliss. That is my bliss. This is my bliss. Doing this show and talking to you guys is my bliss. And Joseph Cambell, man, like, I got to start a Discord so that I can put the videos in Discord because I can't put them on YouTube. I can't put them anywhere because they'll get copyrighted and everything. But I want to share this with people because like that lecture, man, that lecture fucked me up in a good way. In a really good way. It had me thinking about so much. Over here. Sydney, but do you really give up everything? No, you shouldn't. Unless you really truly want to. That's the lesson that I got from it anyway. Michigan girl, I totally agree with you with what you were saying. Well, I agree with Joseph Cambell. These are smarter man than mine's words. I'm just trying to regurgitate I'm trying to regurgitate what he said to the best of my abilities. Sydney, so therefore contentment. But us humans, like you said, we always want more. So therefore it's complicated, like you said. Fucking life. That's why it's so hard to reach nirvana. You nailed it right there. That's it. You nailed it. That's why it's hard. Because there is a balance. There's certain African cultures and certain South American cultures who believe that the devil is worried about the future because you're worried about man-made shit. You're worried about all this shit. No. Live in the moment. But then there is, and we have to be real about this, there is an aspect where you do have to worry about the future a little bit. You do. You want to worry about your kids. You want to worry about your family. You want to worry about your friends. You want to worry about everything as well. So where's that balance? That's finding your bliss. Because your bliss is going to help you get through these hard times. It's going to help you get through these hard times so that you have your things that you can work on and that you can focus on and that you can get better at. Whatever it is. Like for me, like I like learning new shit. So I'm always reading about like old history shit. I'm always reading about like old wrestling. I'm watching a lot of Lucha Libre right now. A lot of Lucha Libre wrestling right now. And that's just my bliss, guys. That's my fucking bliss. I love it. That's what makes me happy. That's my shit. You know? But it's complicated. It's complicated. Like you said, that's fucking life. It is. It's hard. It's hard. But that's why our ancestors on this part and this part and this part and this part, like we started off in Africa and then we went all over the world. It was all connected at one point and it was all over the world. And then it got disconnected and then we all had our own original thoughts. And you would think that we would come up with stories that are completely different than the other ones who are not connected. But all of these stories end up telling you to find your goddamn bliss. The moral of the story is to find your bliss and don't let it go. It's my favorite Charles Bukowski quote. Find what you love and let it kill you. Find what you love and let it kill you. It's complicated, man. It's tough. It's not easy. But that story is like, yeah, you're going to spend all this time getting there. And then when you get there, you're going to realize you were there the whole time. We're here. We've been here the whole time. We're here, guys. We're here. Enjoy it. We have to enjoy it. Sorrow and shame, it'll stress you out and it'll kill you. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. Guilt. I mean, all these things, guys, all these things are, it's just one of those things to where you have to constantly work on it. And if you can constantly work on it, you will get better at it and you will succeed. But there's no guarantees in anything. There's no guarantees in anything. So that was a story I wanted to share today. I just wanted to talk about this because I know that, you know, you can look at TV and you can look around, you can do all this other good stuff, and you know, people get depressed. Dude, guys, people are killing themselves all the time. People are killing themselves all the time. People are overdosing on prescription drugs. People are fucked up, man. And it just seems like we live in the best time to have ever been alive as a human, and yet people are like, fuck this. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Why are people? Why do we have an opioid epidemic? Yeah. Trust the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah. Get your jab. Go get your jab. Trust them because they haven't been killing people already. Sydney. So, like, you meet a stranger at a Coyote Ugly bar. Just go with it, huh? Bliss. that. Yeah, yeah. And then whatever happens, and it actually, and you know what? In actuality, it turns out to be bliss. It actually turns out to be a real bliss, and a very good contribution to your life, my life, your life, who's ever life. If you're in that type of situation, then yeah, that of course, go with it, baby, go with it, go with it. It can't go wrong. It only can go right. I mean, I would think so. I would hope so. Um, Tara, you are smarter than most people, though. Most people just follow and not think of anything through. Um, I don't. Yeah, I don't think that it's necessarily a smarter or a dumber thing or anything like that. I think it's more about your awareness and what you're aware of. And I think that there's just a lot of people who aren't aware that, yo, this is the only life we got, homie. This is the only life we got. What are you going to do? And, like, that's why I think that, like, memes like YOLO, you know how big YOLO was? YOLO was or is still, people know what the fuck YOLO means. But there's a reason why, as cliche as it is, as cliche as the grass is always greener on the other side, because, hey, man, I'm done with Florida. I want to get to Baltimore. And then you get to Baltimore and you're like, wait a minute. It was me the whole time. It was me the whole time. Material things will only keep you happy for a day or two. After that, you're still you, man. You're still you, and you got to handle it the way that you handle it. How are you going to handle that? That's the challenge, and it's always a challenge, guys. It's always a goddamn challenge. Always a challenge. Bernie said he pees a lot, so he definitely gets all the negative out in a positive way. I got to get it out some way. You definitely got to get it out some way, brother. You got to get it out some way. But anyway, guys, I hope that this was a fun conversation. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that we all got something out of it. I definitely got something out of it. I definitely got something out of it. This was a fun episode. Prepared for him to cough and laugh and blame me again. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I've been fucking coughing too much now. I've been yelling. I was yelling a lot yesterday, too. And I yelled a lot the day before. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about all that. Tara, I've met a lot of people, and you are in the smarter group. Take the compliment. Okay, I'll take the comment. Thank you, Tara. I do appreciate it. But it's tough, man. It's tough. Life is tough. Life is tough. So what are we going to do? Are we going to sit around and think about how horrible everything is? Or are you going to go outside and look at the sun? Walk barefooted in the grass and let the breeze hit you. It feels good. Go for a swim in a lake. Just feel good. It's hard sometimes, but you can do it. We all can do it, guys. We all can do it. So I'll jump through the chats one last time, and then we'll get off here. We'll head on to bed, and I'll have a Friday night special tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is for tomorrow. It might be very late. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But I'll be a diaspora for the next couple of months. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know my whereabouts, and I'll keep you updated with everything. Great talk, Sydney. YOLO, 100%, Sydney. You got it. Great talk. Very great talk. Guys, thank you all for joining me. I love you all. I hope you all have a great night. This was a blast. I appreciate the privilege to be able to talk to you guys, to talk to all of y'all, and try to get ourselves not only better, because I do like to talk about bettering yourself in the sense of, our little workouts and just trying to be a better person and reading and all that other good shit. But realistically, find your bliss. Whatever your bliss is, find your bliss, go for it, and don't give up. And don't let people guilt trip you. Don't let people put you in some type of way, feeling some type of way. Let's just leave it at that. I love you guys. Good night.